You've probably heard the cliché, "A picture's worth 1,000 words." This usually means that photographs or paintings can do a better job of describing something than a paragraph can. But actually, effective writers can use words to paint masterpieces. Authors use this technique, referred to as showing, not telling, all the time. In fiction, we see it most often when writers use indirect characterization. One of my favorite examples of this comes from Chapter 1 of Nathaniel Hawthorne's The Scarlet Letter. This short sentence portrays one of the many good wives surrounding the scaffold, staring at poor Hester and her baby as she stands in the stocks for her punishment. Hawthorne could have just told us the young wife was kind, but instead he shows us this through her sympathetic words and her soft voice. Obviously, your purpose is not to write the next great American classic. So how do you make use of this concept in a college application essay? Let's go back and look at the sample essay we started in our last movie. You can find the full essay in the exercise files. The prompt for this essay is to describe the best bad decision you ever made. Take a look at paragraph 7, where the writer quotes the woman who picks him up as saying, "What in the world are you doing hitchhiking?" Note also the writer's use of the word scolded. The use of this quote, as well as the verb scolded, shows us a lot about this woman. We can tell that she's a mother. This detail is confirmed by the mention of the kids in the back seat. We can tell that she understands how dangerous it is for children to hitchhike, and that she cares about this boy even though she doesn't know him. All that in just a few phrases. Just like with Hawthorne's young wife, who has a child by the hand and voices words of compassion for Hester, this essay writer has portrayed a character through just a few words of dialogue. You can portray more than just characters this way. You can describe circumstances, too. Descriptive details can eloquently illustrate something that would sound way too simplistic if you described it directly. For example, take a look at this phrase from the sample. "I squinted into the shimmering heat rising off the asphalt." Now let's work backwards. What would the telling version of this phrase be? "It was really hot and the sun was very bright." Notice how much more interesting the showing sentence is to read. See how it uses active verbs, like squinted and rising, rather than the to-be verbs in the telling sentence? We'll look more closely at direct, precise, and active verbs in one of our next movies. In the meantime, using the exercise files, go ahead and practice converting telling sentences to showing ones. The more you practice, the more natural this writing style will become.